Okay, it is 6:30. It is Friday. Welcome to our community donation-based class where each Friday we have a different teacher, a little bit different flow than we typically teach during the week. During the week, every other class other than this Friday donation-based class, we teach from the Baptiste Power Yoga Journey into Power. Lots of sun salutations, but Friday you never quite know what you're going to get. Tonight you've got me. My name is Jennifer. Thank you for doing whatever you needed to do in your life, in your schedule, to get here, to be here for yourself. Because it took something to get here, and I acknowledge you for that. We have 60 minutes together. We are going to take a journey into our hips and hamstrings tonight. So the flow will be very slow. There'll be some repetitions, layer upon layer, removing, getting deep into our hips and our hamstrings. That's what the blocks are for, that's what the strap is for. So let's begin. Child's pose. Let's begin. Take your knees wide out to the edges of your mat. Child's pose. Bring your forearms down to the mat. Bring your big toes to touch at the back of the mat. So take your knees wide. Give your belly space. Like you made it to your mat, and presence yourself. You're here. You're on your mat. And this time is for you. Downward facing dog. And spread your hands wide, fingers wide apart from your thumb to your pinky finger. Now shift your weight from heel to heel. This is probably your first downward facing dog. Pull the pit of your belly in and up as you energetically press your heels down. Breathe in your nose and breathe out your nose. Walk your feet to your hands at the top of your mat. Take Ragdoll Pose. Take your feet hips width distance apart and clasp opposite elbows with opposite hands. And sway from side to side. And as the theme of tonight's practice is opening up, removing layers, peeling back what's not needed, let your head be heavy. Drop your head. Shake it around. Sway it around. Let the weight of your head fall towards the earth. Good. Extended mountain. Reach your arms up to the ceiling. Set your eyes up to the ceiling. Take your hands to heart center. And we'll open the container of this practice this evening with the sound of 3 ohms. Extended mountain, reach up, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, high plank. Good. Low plank. Low plank. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Untuck your toes, press the tops of your feet down into the earth. Downward facing dog. Good, George. Breathe in. Breathe out. Step your right foot to your right thumb and bring your left knee down to the mat. Low lunge, longer stance, low lunge. Right foot is planted on the front of your mat up by your right thumb. Good. Left hand stays on your mat. Reach your right arm to the ceiling, twist. Good. Breathe in and look up. Breathe out, twist. Inhale. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Step your left foot up to your left thumb, low lunge, right knee down or right knee lifted, and twist to the opposite side. Right hand sticks, left hand reaches, twist, breathe. Breathe in, breathe out. Again, breathe in, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale. Right foot steps forward, low lunge, and twist. Right hand reaches. And downward facing dog. Left foot steps forward, low lunge, and twist. And downward facing dog. Lift your right leg high, strong, and straight behind you. And look back. You can see your toes. Flex your foot. Pull your toes up towards your kneecap. Flex your foot. Yes. Bend your knee and stack your hips. Stack your right hip up and over your left hip like a dog at a fire hydrant. And press your right foot towards the door that you came through. Good. Downward facing dog. Lift your left leg. Flex your left foot. Good. Bend your knee, stack your hips. Press your top foot, your left foot, towards the door you did not come through. Downward facing dog. And shift your weight from foot to foot, heel to heel. Bend your knees. Step your right foot forward, low lunge. Bring your back knee down to the mat. Untuck your back toe. Take your blocks and put your blocks underneath your hands at the top of your mat. I'll get you a second one. And bring your hands to the blocks, and you'll gauge which setting is good for your hands. And press down through the top of your left foot so much that you lift your knee up off the earth. Energy down through the top of your foot. Yes, very good, D, very good. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, exhale. Downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Step your left foot forward for low lunge, left side. Right foot untucks. Press the top of your right foot down. Lift your right knee up off the earth. Huge quad stretch to start with. Breathe in, breathe out. And take your chin out of your chest, look forward. Good. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Yeah. Walk it out, shift it around. Step your right foot forward, low lunge. And keep your back knee lifted this time. So stack your knee up and over your ankle. Take a longer stance with your right foot. Longer stance with your right foot. Stack, yes, like that, like a runner's lunge. Stack knee over ankle. So take a longer stance, Tabitha. Am I right? Damn. Longer stance. Yeah, good. From here, half splits. Bring your back knee down to the mat, and you can use the blocks. Bring your fingers up onto the blocks. Shift your hips back, your hips to the back of your mat to come up onto your right heel. Like George, good, yes. Fingertips to blocks feels good, so you can take your chin out of your chest. Good, good, yes, yes. Shift forward, low lunge. So bend your front knee and come back into low lunge. That's a left quad stretch, good. Half splits, shift your hips back, come up onto the heel of your right foot. Good. And play with the blocks. On that setting, maybe you make them higher, maybe you change them to the side setting. You have 3 different heights to work with. See what feels best right here, right now. Good. Downward facing dog. And lift your right leg, bend your knee, stack your hips. Downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward, low lunge. You know where we're going now, low lunge. Stack your knee over your ankle. Good. More with your foot forward, left foot forward more, yes. Now shift your hips back to come into half splits, this side. Come up onto the heel of your left foot, back knee down. Yeah, full splits is in your practice. You might get there already. Not so much. Yeah, not so much. Come forward, low lunge. Now working the difference between a quad stretch and your hamstring stretch. Shift your hips to the back of your mat for half splits. Hips backwards up onto the heel of your front foot. Downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward, low lunge. Slowly working into our hips. Make your way back into half splits. And this time, now that you're here again, shift between pointing your feet towards the front of your mat and then flexing your front foot. Downward facing dog. Slowly peeling away the layers of your practice. Step your left foot forward, low lunge. Longer stance. Half splits, shift your hips back. Point and flex your front foot. Good, Roger. Downward facing dog. Yeah. 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 Step your right foot forward, low lunge. And it's all about the hips tonight. Half splits, shift your hips back. Good. You can certainly use a block underneath your front thigh like Dee's demonstrating. You can bring your blocks to the higher setting to lift your chest. Point and flex your front foot. Come back into a low lunge. Right foot forward. Step forward into standing splits. Put all of your weight into your right foot at the top of your mat. Lift your left leg up towards the ceiling. Fingertips to the earth or fingertips to blocks. You'll come forward to low lunge and then step forward, all of your weight into your right foot at the top of your mat. Lift your left leg up towards the ceiling, fingertips to the blocks. Standing splits. Good. Flex your extended leg, flex your foot, the other flex. Pull your toes up towards your kneecap. Downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward, low lunge. To half splits. Good. And then come forward to low lunge, left foot forward. Shift your weight into your left foot, stomp down through your left foot, standing splits. Flex your back foot, flex your right foot. Like you could kick the wall behind you with a flat foot. Yes. Lift your right leg higher, but drop your right hip 4 inches. Yes, good, more. Downward facing dog. Set your blocks off to the side in downward facing dog. Bring your thumb tips to touch at the top of your mat. So shorten your hands distance apart. Lift your right leg. Step your right hand to the outside of your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Sorry about that. Bad cueing, bad cueing. This is lizard pose. This is lizard pose. You can keep your hands on the earth. You can come down to your forearms. You can drop your back knee. There are lots of options for lizard. Lots of options. Take your chin out of your chest. Yeah, lengthen your spine. Yeah, if you come down to your forearms, super, you can bring your forearms down to a block. And from here, since everyone's on their forearms, bring your right foot up onto the knife's edge of your right foot. Yeah, so you can see the sole of your right foot. Yeah. Take your right hand to your right thigh. Press your right thigh away from you and look up to the ceiling. Yes. Press your thigh away. You'll feel this in your left quad, your right hip flexor, a lot of places. A lot of places. And we'll come back to this. Downward facing dog. We'll come back to this and we'll take it someplace new. Bring your thumb tips to touch. Take lizard on the left side. Yeah. And squeeze your knee in towards your shoulder. Yeah. And chin out of your chest. Good, Roger. Lengthen your spine from the top of your head to your tailbone. Yeah, now open up to the side, the pinky toe edge of your left foot. Press your thigh away, lean back and look up. Downward facing dog. Lizard, right side. Let's come back to lizard, right side. Bend your left knee. Bend your left knee. Reach back with your right hand and grab your left foot. Same thing, lean back and look up. Lean back and look up. Work the knife's edge of your right foot. See how that feels, if that feels different. Maybe come down to your forearm, your left forearm to the earth. All options, all options. Downward facing dog. Lizard, left side. Now reach back, grab your foot. Explore this lizard variation. Press your left shoulder onto your back body. Look up. And press your hips down and forward. Lean back. Good, Delaney. Good. Good, Tabitha. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Walk your feet to your hands at the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Rise up to standing. And set your eyes on a spot in front of you on the wall. And take figure 4 with your legs. Take your right shin up and over your left thigh. And flex your right foot. And take your hands to heart center. And hinge forward. Bring your fingertips down to the earth or the blocks. Fingertips to the earth or fingertips to the blocks. Hook your foot, your top foot that's on top of your shin, hook it around the tricep of the arm in front of it, regardless of which side you are on. Your shin is up on your thigh, yes. Very good, Tabitha, very good. Yeah, press your, yes, D. Press your toes into your triceps. Good. Slowly come back up to standing. And switch sides. Opposite shin up and over, flexing your top foot. Bring your fingertips down to the blocks. Good. Yeah, press your foot into your arm. And come back up to standing. Have your block at the top of your mat, one or both of them. And we will work into, so that your blocks are there when you hinge forward. First pose will be airplane. Shift your weight into your left foot. Take your right knee into your chest, arms back, palms face down. Kick your right leg back. Flexed foot. Press your foot back towards the back wall. Long leg. Flex your foot. Pull your toes up towards your face, so like your standing foot. Yes, that flex, good. Take your hands to heart center. Half moon, left hand down to that block. Take your left hand down to the block. From here, yes, stack your hips, flex your back foot. Look and see your toes. See your right toes. Bring them into view. Good, D. And stack your hips. Lift your right leg higher. Good, Tabitha. Send your eyes up to your right thumb. Good. Come to stand and switch sides. Airplane, left side. Lift your left leg up towards the ceiling. Flex your left foot more, Roger. More flexed foot. Lift. Yeah, lift your left leg up. Hands to heart center. Half moon, right hand down to the block. Stack your hips. And you stack your hips by seeing the tips of your left toes. So Roger, can you see your left toes? Bring them into view. Yes, very good. Lift your left leg more. Flexing your top foot more. So good. Come to stand. Bring both feet down to the mat. Yeah, shift it around. Extended mountain inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Plant your hands and flow from high push-up to low push-up. Upward facing dog. Untuck your toes, yes. Downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. Look at your thumbs. Jump your feet to your hands. Good. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Extended mountain. Rise up, reach up. And bring your hands down by your sides. Take your feet wide out to the edges of your mat. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling. And now squat. Come down to a yogi squat. Squat all the way down. Rise all the way up. Breathe in. Exhale, lower down, squat. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lower down. One more. Inhale, rise up. Slowly come all the way down. Bring your bottom down to your mat. Roll onto your back and take happy baby. Good. Press the back of your head into your mat. Press your tailbone into your mat. And take your feet wide, take your knees wide. Rock from side to side in your happy baby. Good. And everyone has a strap right nearby them. Yeah, you got a strap right there. Take the strap and put it around the big toe mound of your right foot. So around the sole of your right foot, where your big toe is. Good, right there. Bring your left leg out long. Press your left heel down into the earth. Let your head be on the mat. Relax your head. Press your right foot up towards the ceiling. Yeah, pull back on the strap as you press your foot up into the strap. And as you peel away the layers, let your forehead soften. Kick your foot into the strap. Pull back on the strap. And you can see your foot. Take your right foot and point your toes towards 10 o'clock. If you have your left leg to the ceiling, point your left toes towards 2 o'clock. So you're pressing your extended leg up and over towards your opposite shoulder. Good. And take the strap in your same leg hand. It's a little complicated because we have different legs going. Open your leg out to the side, all the way out to the side. And bring your leg back up to center, all the way across your body, kicking your foot into the strap. Good. Come back to center. Bring your left leg up to meet your right leg and switch your foot into the strap. And point your toes towards your opposite shoulder. Good, and pull on the strap. Pull on the strap as you kick up into it. Yeah, hips are slow. It takes time to peel back the layers through a slow hip practice. Yeah. Open your leg all the way out to the side, kicking your foot into the strap. Then take your leg up and over the opposite way. Good. Come back to center. Release. Set the strap off to the side. Hug your knees into your chest. And roll up and down your spine from top to bottom. And rock forward and come through downward facing dog. Good. Extend your right leg back behind. Right leg high, strong, and straight. Bring your right knee to your right wrist for half pigeon. Right knee to right wrist, right ankle to left wrist. So your shin is going to be draped across the top of your mat. Right ankle to left wrist. Yes, D. Very good, Roger. Good. Bring your knee more towards your right wrist, and your shin is across the top of your mat. Yeah, good. 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 And you have your strap handy. Take your strap and put it around your left ankle for King Pigeon prep. It's a big quad stretch. Yep. Loop the strap around your back foot. Very good. Mm-hmm. Press your right foot into the earth. Right foot presses down, left thigh presses down. Good. Take the strap in both hands up above your head. Press down through your left quad and your right foot. Good. Good. Good work. You can release the strap and take sleeping pigeon. Bring your forearms down to the earth. Bring your forehead down to a block. And if your right hip is really high up off the ground, put a block underneath your hip. Downward facing dog. And shift your weight from foot to foot after all of that action, all of that peeling away on the right side. Lift your left leg up towards the ceiling. And bring your left knee to your left wrist for half pigeon, left side. Left knee to left wrist. Take your knee wider. Knee more to the outer edge of your mat. Your left knee to the outer edge of your mat. Left knee. Yes. Now take the strap around your back foot. King Pigeon prep. And take the strap in both of your hands. Press your fist up towards the ceiling. And press down your left foot. Good. Yeah, good. Press down more through your front foot and the top of your thigh that's in the back, yes. Good. That's it, D. Release the strap and come into sleeping pigeon. double pigeon. Take your right shin around in front and stack your right shin on top of your left shin. And clear the flesh away from your sit bones. Bring your top ankle to the outside of your bottom knee. Good. Top ankle to the outside of your bottom knee, so you're tightening the space between your thighs. Good, more. Yes. Flex your foot more. Can you bring it? Yeah. Can you bring your ankle to the outside of your bottom knee? Good, flex your feet. Yes, a lot, flex your feet. When you feel this right here in your hip flexors, you can slowly pull your chest forward. You can maybe bring your forehead down to a block or a couple of blocks, or you can stay. Only you know what you feel, and only you know what you need. Breathe. And flex your feet. Good work, Dee. Switch sides. Switch the stack of your shins. And chances are it will feel very different. Flex your feet. And then fold forward or just stay. Downward facing dog. Lizard right side. And take lizard to your variation, the place that it felt good in your body. Maybe that's hand on your back foot. Maybe it's not. Do what feels good right here. Do what lets you drop something. Good work. Switch sides. Come through downward facing dog to lizard left side. And then take your lizard variation. Downward facing dog. And come down to your knees on your mat, and we'll take frog pose. So everyone turn to face the door that you came through. Take your knees out wide on the mat, so the mat is your cushion, and flex your feet. Flex your feet. Make 90-degree angles with your thighs, your shins, and your feet. You can use the blocks underneath your chest. You can bring your forearms down to the earth. You can bring your forehead down to the block. Again, options. Good, D. Maybe Tabitha, move your mat so that you have more space in your frog. Come forward, because otherwise you'll be crawling under your friend. I mean, you can crawl under your friend if you want, but but we're gonna be here. We're gonna be here for a few moments. So I would prefer you set up frog so that you can be in frog. So bring your knees out wide on the mat. Yeah, flex your feet. Yes, good. Bring your hips a little more towards the door that you came through. A little more towards the door that you came through. Good. Now lift the front of your pelvis. Yeah, belly button into your spine. Good. You feel that in your hip groins, in your groin, inner groin? Good. Good. That's the point of frog. The point of frog is that it's slow, powerful, and sometimes terrible. Sometimes. But all you have to do is be here and breathe. And if you come out of frog, come back in. We're going to be here for 90 seconds. And just breathe in and out of your nose and flex your feet and lift the front of your pelvis. Good. Good, Tabitha. Mm-hmm. Thirty more seconds. If you would like to take your knees out a little bit wider, do that. Wiggle them out a little bit farther to create a new sensation in frog. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To come out of frog, crawl forward. Bring your belly down to the earth. Crawl forward. Bring your legs together behind you. And pause. Pause. Big hip opener. Pause after coming out of that. Yeah, come onto your seat on your mat. Straddle your legs out wide off the edges of your mat. Fold forward. Now dig your heels down into the mat or into the earth. Pull your toes back towards you and fold forward. Good. 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 And come back up to seated. Bring your legs together out in front of you, squeezing your feet in towards one another, and fold over both of your legs outstretched. Reverse tabletop. Bring your hands back by your hips. Place your hands on the mat. Bend your knees. Bend your knees. Press your feet down. Reverse tabletop. So bring your knees bent. Yep. Press your hips up towards the ceiling. Good, Roger. Good. Delaney. Good, Tabitha. Yeah, look up and look back. See the wall behind you. Good. For 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring your bottom down to the earth. Extend your legs out long. Bring your hands underneath your sit bones. Bring your elbows down to the earth. Elbows down to the earth. Lift your chest up. Look back. Fish pose. Lift your chest. Press your chest up towards the ceiling. Good, D. So good. For 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come up out of fish. If you have an inversion practice and you already know where you want to go, go there. If you don't have an inversion practice, simply come down to your back, place a block underneath your tailbone and send your legs up to the ceiling. Simple inversion. And opening up is an act of removing the armor that we've put on since we were born. You have all you need already. As you remove the layers and you shed your armor, you come back to your truest self. If you are in shoulder stand, take your toes to the earth up above your head for plow. Bend your knees, bring your knees by your ears for ear pinning pose. Keep looking at the ceiling. And from ear pinning pose, keep looking at the ceiling. Slowly come down out of your inversion. Eyes glued to the ceiling up above you. Lower all the way down onto your back. Take a full body stretch. Hug your right knee into your chest. Supine twist. Your left hand takes your right knee across your body. Your right arm comes out to the side. Supine twist. Good. Good. Switch sides. And come back to center. Take recline butterfly pose. Bring the bottoms of your feet to touch. Let your knees go wide. Let your head rest on the mat. Bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. And I have a quote that I would like to share with you. The universe is not outside of you. Look inside yourself. Everything that you want, you already are. Rumi. Extend your legs out long on your mat. Take your feet off the edges of your mat. Bring your feet wide. Take up space. Feet wide. Bring your arms down by your sides, palms up. And let your eyes close. Let your breath return to normal. There's nothing to do. There's nothing that needs to be changed or fixed. Everything is just as it should be. Rest. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. Wiggle your fingers and your toes, and then roll to your favorite side. And slowly press yourself up to a simple seat at the top of your mat. Bring your hands to heart center. Touch your thumbs to your breastbone and sit tall. And we'll seal this evening's class with the sound of 3 ohms. your thumb knuckles to your forehead center. And together we bow. I thank you, Roger, Delaney, Tabitha, and Dee, for coming to this space, for coming to your mat. Thank you. Good work, everyone. Good work. Give yourself a hand. Thank you so much.